Hello, my fellow YouTube people. How you doing today, honey? I'm doing well. I'm feeling dark. I'm feeling a little spicy. So if some of my fire come off on you, sorry for the burn. So today, a topic of discussion, I want to talk about feeling incomplete and feeling lost. I know on my journey, to give you a little background, I felt lost for a long time. Even when I was going through school, people would ask me what you want to be when you grow up. I'm like, I don't know. I would just say certain things that sounded good. And sometimes I'd be like, yeah, I might want to be it, but yeah, I don't know. And especially when it got to high school, it was definitely one of those things where it was like chop chop, time is ticking. Like that's how I felt inside. Like, what you gonna do? What's the plan? What's that? And I guess that's how my active mind goes. And sometimes I can overthink in that way as well. And it was one of those times where I feel like high school was, instead of me enjoying it, it was one of those things where I was scared. I wanted to rush through it because I was over it, child. I was over it. But it was also one of those things where I didn't know what was next. I was scared of what was next. I was scared of the unknown because ultimately I did do certain things that I thought that we all should do, like fill out college applications, do the SATs, do good, study, etc., etc. But overall, I still didn't know because I didn't know where I was going to end up and I didn't know what was going to happen. So overall, I had all this anxiety over me and I didn't know it. So when I graduated, I came out into the real world and I was blessed with a great job. And that job treated me very well. But I still had that anxiety inside of my head, inside of my mind, of feeling like incomplete and still feeling a little bit lost because I knew I didn't want to be there forever. But at the same time, I didn't know how I was blocking myself by continuously staying there and continue, not saying nothing's wrong with staying at a job, but it was one of those things where I always felt anxiety of what's next and I was always scared of what's next. Instead of being optimistic, I was pessimistic. And even though I was still being blessed, I couldn't see what was in front of me. And I always had that anxiety with me. And it's one of the things that I'm learning to get out of now. And I noticed with a lot of young people, maybe even the older generations can attest to this, but I know for a lot of people my age, we get into our feelings at times because we don't know what we truly want to do. Some people know at an early age, and power to you, baby. That's a blessing. But some of us out here, we really don't know, and we get stressed and we have anxiety because we want everything to align up the time that we want it to. And in all honesty, sometimes that might be nice. And other times, it's like we haven't learned the lesson yet, so we haven't received the blessing that we may want at the time we want it. And I know with me, I always had that anxiety where I just was always scared of the future and always scared of what's going to happen to me because I always felt like I was walking on eggshells because I felt like I wasn't secure. Now, yes, that was the insecurity. And yes, I was always blessed. And I just was in a karmic type of life where I just wasn't seeing all the blessings around me, even though I was having a good life and I was, like I said, I was being blessed. I just couldn't see it. And it was just one of the things that now on my journey, it's one of those things where you have to count your blessings and you have to see the small steps that you're taking every day to make yourself better. By me expressing myself like this is a small accomplishment where it's helping me be more who I am and helping me share who I am, and whether you like it or not.